What's guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're interacting to the 6th episode of the Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent. This one's titled Lady. Okay, so last time out, I'm trying to remember myself, we had Grand Magus had finally awoken and was able to finally appraise us to try and get a measure of who actually is the Saint. Is it Ira or is it Sei? I mean, almost certainly it is Sei, considering everything that's special about her that we've mentioned. And considering Ira has done absolutely nothing in her time since she's been Saint, and at least not even a rumour has come about, it's just the prince has taken her and is keeping her secluded and taking her actively away from areas where she would be deemed useful, which is interesting. And so with our appraisal of Sei, it has to be a consenting appraisal. You can't appraise someone against their will. Like, if you try and resist it, you can resist it. I don't know if it's certain magic powers would not be able to resist it if it comes from like the Grand Magus, but that we didn't go too deep into appraisal magic in that sense. Just you can block it, but we couldn't even appraise her, even if she wasn't blocking. We lack the magic ability to appraise her, which is a very good inclination that she is an incredibly powerful magic user, obviously, but also potentially sainthood. And the fact that she has these sparkles when she uses magic that apparently no one else does, and importantly, Ira doesn't have either, is a sign that she probably is the Saint, which, again, we kind of expected, right? But it was interesting that they said Ira didn't have it, because he had the theory that those sparks could have been a sign of their otherworldly origins, but since Ira didn't have that, and they were both summoned simultaneously, it's likely that it's a mark of sainthood, of which Sei has. And although the king and the nobles or councilmen or whoever it was in the hall with them did not directly acknowledge her as the saint, they apologized for their actions towards her and they offered her a reward. And finally, she took the king up on a reward, wanting to have a teacher for learning more advanced magics, as well as access to what was it, the Forbidden Library or whatever they call it in this universe, so that she can actually or Forbidden Archive. I forget what they called it in this universe. To, again, further her understanding and knowledge, and gain access to making higher level potions and things like that. So, yeah. And at the very end of the episode, it's revealed that the Grand Magus himself is going to be her teacher, which makes so much sense. Like, if he says, you have more magic ability than me, he can at least teach you everything he knows, and then you're going to be right there to continue and go even further and maybe even teach him something along the lines. Also, it just allows him to be another romantic option, of which there's a couple now starting to brew, although I still think Hawk the Commander, not Hawk the Enchanter, I think Albert, right, his name was Albert Hawk? I think so, the Commander. I think he is going to win, and I hope he does win, if we ever do commit to a romantic inclination. I don't know if we will. I get very Shiryuki Hime vibes from this entire show, it must be said. It feels very similar. I want to go back and rewatch Shiryuki Hime again at some point, when I have free time, which is going to be probably when I die at this rate. But yeah, I would like to go back and rewatch that show and see if I can compare these two shows a bit more directly, because I feel like this is like that show, but I don't know if I'm doing a disservice to Shiryuki Hime, because I really enjoyed that show a lot, and it's one of my favourite shows of this type of genre, so yeah. I don't think there's anything else important I need to mention. Oh, right, the prince. We finally got a glimpse of him and what he's like. Ira was training, but not really seeming like anything important at the moment, saying, stay the course and believe in me because we have the saint and all this. I wonder if it's going to be as simple as young prince wanting to overthrow his father and rule the kingdom because he believes he could do better. I wonder if it's going to be something as naive as that. Could be. But I don't know what else he's doing that would require the saint like this. I don't know what it would be, except to gain more power and become the ruler. Like, that's the only thing I can think that he could possibly want at this point. But we haven't really divulged into his character too much, so that's just me making an assumption based on a typical trope. I mean, we've seen this trope done a lot. We saw it done in Slime, for example. Gablu trying to overthrow his father. But yeah, I guess we'll see which way we end up going. But I assume we're going to be learning some more advanced magics this time, which is going to be great. Probably spending more time with the Grand Magus as well. So I'm excited. If we get more of the Prince and Ira and stuff, that would also be very, very good. Just to kind of get a bit more information as to what's going through her head as well, because I feel like I don't know if she's being held against her will here, or if she knows that she can't live up to it, or what. But she apparently she's very quick to learn, apparently, which is somewhat unique to her. So maybe there is something special about her, but she's not the saint per se. Kind of curious to see if they go into more detail on that, or if they're both just quick learners because they're otherworldly. I don't know. But yeah, gonna load the episode up here as per usual. These are time-based format reactions here on YouTube. If you want to see the full picture in picture, you can go to my Patreon down description below. £4 a month gives you access to all picture in picture reactions I do on the channel, which is everything from the current seasonal lineup, as well as Patreon request shows World Trigger, Symphogear G, and Lock Horizon Season 2. There is no World Trigger this week, just because real life is an absolute bitch at the moment, so we're taking a week's break on that. We should still be in time for the for Season 3 in October, I believe. We should be able to complete this season and Season 2 in time, so don't worry about that. We're just taking a little break for this week, though. And at the end of the season, there's always plenty more space to get in some extra episodes and such, so that's probably what I'll end up doing. But we also have movie reactions, with Kiki's Delivery Service being the planned movie for the month of May, as voted on by you guys in Patreon. So that will be going up sometime later this month, on a Monday or a Saturday, since those are the days that make the most sense for me on my schedule. But here on YouTube we do timer-based, so bottom left of the screen you'll see a timer for the episode. I count down 3, 2, 1, play. Then on play, start the episode, I start the episode, and we should be in sync. We're going to watch this one on Funimation as per usual, since they licensed it. We have the Kadokawa logo and then the Funimation logo, so about 10 seconds of logos, give or take. I'll call them out as I go past, but you can also use screen flash on my face, the mic, or this part of my headset to tell when the scene's transitioning. So, with all that said, let's get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Kadokawa. Funimation. Cheers. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Because you're the same. That makes a lot more sense. Again, not acknowledging her as the Saint, but they believe she's the Saint. Yes. Personal curiosity as well. Okay. Every time? Yeah. Still got a lot of characters there without any faces given to them. At least one of them has to be important. Just don't know where yet. I also don't talk much about this OP, because it's not my typical style for what I put on my playlist, but it is a very nice OP. Fits the show very well. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The fact that he even has to. Mm. Oh yes, definitely. Mm. Hmm. uh, hmm. That was a bit of a scary look. Yeah, that was a bit scary. I mean, it's not necessarily malicious, but I think it's just a bit more. Like going out of the word that. Hmm. Sure. Nice smash cut. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Holy shit! Wow. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Hmm. They are. uh, hmm. Mm-hmm. Actually, it's kind of hard to tell. Yep. Supposed to, but. Hmm. Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. uh, if it's ever confirmed that she's the Saint, she will be expected to. So. Mm, yep. Well. Yep. Mm-hmm. If you were any other guy. Yes. Sure. Interesting. So six lady. God damn. These dresses. I don't know how they can't be comfortable. uh. Mm-hmm. Oh, hello. Okay. Hey, now we have a partner. Yep, immediately. I mean, that was going to be the immediate one, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Straight in. Mm. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun. Mm-hmm. I, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Week time skip. Okay, actually attending a party. Okay. Makiashi. Okay. Oh, interesting. Probably someone who knows you at that point. Could be the girl that we helped with the creams and stuff. Although I think, oh, it's her. Okay, that makes sense. It's Elizabeth. Do we ever know her surname? I can't remember now. Okay, we have been told that. Okay, so that's my poor memory. So invite her over as part of a training. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Certainly helps relax you, doesn't it? When you already know the person you're meant to be meeting. Wow. Okay. Uh, Laughing. I love it. hmm Oh, okay. Fair enough. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Right. Oh, it. No. Hmm. Hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unless you're like super rich, then maybe it does still happen. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Interesting episode. Goddamn Kyle. I wonder what his deal is. But he is the fiance to Ashley, okay. Or Elizabeth Ashley, I should say. Goddamn having two first names. Do we have an after credits this time as well? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like we have one. Interesting episode. Quite relaxed. More progress with Alba, which is always nice. Interlude. Interesting. Okay. Good episode. Good episode. Very chill, as you expected. This show. It's not really a super high drama show when you think about it. So yeah, Kyle is the fiance to, or Elizabeth is the fiance to Kyle, I should say, I suppose, in this world. Ira is learning at the academy. Kyle has eyes, as do a lot of people. Because she's the saint. I wonder. I do wonder. What is Kyle's plan here? I genuinely do not know why he's the way he is right now. I can't tell why. Is it just for popularity and clout? Is that why he's associating himself with the Saint and having control over her? But it was something he said last episode 5. Like, because we have the Saint on our side. I can only imagine it as like another uprising, taking away, usurping the throne from his father type feel. That's the only thing I can think of that could possibly be motivating him. I would like an episode focused around Ira. Like, I would love an episode of just Ira and her in a monologue as to how she's thinking as she's summoned, being taken away, what actually happened, and things like that. I'd love to see a dedicated episode on just her. Or at least a bit more information piecing together of what happened. I imagine we probably won't get something like that until Sei and her actually are able to talk, or until Prince Kyle is taken out of the picture in terms of having seeming control over her. But I'm very, very curious as to where that's going. But yeah, overall, decent episode. Still enjoying the show a lot. It's very... Like I said, this is one of those shows that is going to be very much overlooked compared to the rest of the season. As with most seasons, there are so many good shows that sometimes the decent shows get overlooked. And I feel like that happens a lot for me, and it's something I try and point out a lot on the channel, is like a lot of my favorite shows, and the shows I truly enjoy, are some of the less popular ones overall. For example, let's take a show that I really, really enjoy from this season, Moriarty the Patriot. And by no means is Moriarty the Patriot undervalued. I mean, it's got a very, very good rating so far. It's just not that popular, relatively speaking. This and Saint's Magic Power are roughly equal in popularity. Dragon Goes House Hunting, I think, is completely underrated. Not many concurrent viewers, and a very, very poor score, which I think is very much undeserved. Like, yeah, I feel like the score's been a bit harsh on that for what it is, but whatever. It's just one of those things. What else is there this season? We've got a lot of big shows, to be fair, that are really starting to hit off. I guess Super Cub, to an extent, might be another one of them. Super Cub's not the type of show that typically is the super popular type, because it is a very chill and it's a very chill and not very story focused show. It's just slice of life, and slice of life shows tend to not be overly popular unless they have specific aspects to them, and something like Super Cub really is very, very chill. But it's getting rated relatively well, so that's all I can really ask for on a series like that. But yeah, this is just another one of those like Shiroyuki Hime. Where's Shiroyuki Hime? Let's have a look. Legend, Snow White with the Red Hair, rather. There's the show. This gained some good popularity though in the end, which is good. And it very much is in a similar vein of, you have your main pair, and then you have your technically harem around them, but at the end of the day, it's just a very it's a very chill show that has its story. And thankfully, we got 2 seasons of that, which is more than I expected. I did not expect to have a season 2 of that to watch. I hope Saints Magic Power can get a season 2, but it depends on how they decide to end on the first season. Also, how much source material is out there, I suppose. Light novel came out 4 years ago. Manga released, again, about 4 years ago. So 4 years of light novel, that should be enough to get a second season. I don't know if it's just going to be popular enough, that's my only concern, but... Anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments before the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Spring 2021 lineup you can find here on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.